Hey, Shalom, call Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, peace and blessing salutations as always to the hopefully elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, diligently laboring in his truth and all righteousness and sincerity. So this would be a real quick in transit. This right here, once I seen this headline, the spirit jumped on me like, hey, you got to bring this out. And of course we know that the effect of every vision is at hand. The time is short. The Lord is shortening the days. Days feel like hours. The time is just flying by. Here it is, this year just started and we're about to be in February already. Which speaks to the fact that prophecy is being fulfilled, that the Lord is coming for his elect, right? But with this situation right here, as it says, Elon Musk, DOGE, is coming for the penny. Now, DOGE, remember, like late last year, that was a big headline in the news. Like DOGE coin was going crazy. I think Trump, he was advocating for it. Then all of a sudden, you see this Elon Musk character pop up and start campaigning for Trump. Now he's a part of his cabinet. Now we know that Elon Musk, he's going to be at the forefront of digitizing the money, which they've been on which they've been phasing out physical money ever since 2020. We're at the point now where the Lord has put his spirit on these devils to actually now hardcore bring these things forth. All right. First day in office, Trump, he was signing all kind of executive orders. So these devils are priming the people to get ready for the MOTB, because this is really what it's all leading to. Phase out physical money and put everybody on a digital grid in which everything is tracked and traced. We know how it goes. So this is nothing more than Esau, Edom looking to gain more control over the people. And then you have the Neuralink, and you have the Wallet chip. You have the Amazon palm readers in stores now. So when you look around, and you also have AI that's now being integrated into everything for health reasons, to make businesses run smoother. And I saw an article the other day that said that by 2030, 75% of human jobs will be replaced by AI. So in that case, what is the average citizen gonna have? Well, this is where UBI comes in. This is where what Klaus Schwab said years ago, right? You will own nothing and you will be happy. So everybody's about to lose a part of this world that wants to be a part of this world, that loves their life in this world. They all about to lose. And those of us that have came back, put off this world, came back to seek the Lord in truth and sincerity. We already understand this. What I'm saying? We're coming into a time where people are about to lose and things are about to get crazy. And this right here, this is going to be a remedy. This is going to be a solution to the chaos, peace and safety, right? So I know I was doing a lot of rambling, Salakia, but we're going to go ahead and tap into this right here, man, because look, this thing is coming, and we already know that come May, they're going to implement digital IDs for what they call a real ID to board flights, domestically, and no doubt they're going to do it to travel internationally as well, even to travel from city to city. 2nd Ezra 15, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So these things are coming, that's the point. All right, let's tap into this.
He wants to abolish the penny?
He doesn't want to abolish it as much as he wants to give his boss a reason why we can't.
Well, it's stupid.
Yeah, the thing is, it isn't really.
Really?
Turns out the majority of pennies don't circulate. They go in jars, sock drawers. 2/3 of the pennies produced in the last 30 years have dropped out of circulation.
If Elon Musk gets his way, that decades-old pitch from the West Wing could become reality. The United States may soon say sayonara to copper coins. In its stated quest to eliminate waste, the Department of Government Efficiency pointed out on X that Producing pennies cost taxpayers nearly $180 million in the fiscal year of 2023. That same year, the U.S. Mint reported that roughly 4 billion pennies were put in circulation that year and reported that the cost of producing them is actually increasing.
And this is BS because they claim it takes all this money to produce the penny, which is true. You know, nobody uses pennies anymore. Like if you use cash to pay for something, you get pennies back. You might just drop them on the ground, or you might just put it in a little, tip jar or something like that. You know, pennies really have no worth anymore, but they used to. You know, like I remember, like when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? You used to go to the to like a Kmart or something. You know what I'm saying? You could scrape together some change and get some candy or something. Now it's like a penny is pretty much worthless. Which this is the direction that money altogether, physical money, dollars, is going into. And I think they stop, or they're gonna stop making $50 bills, something like that. Yeah, I think they're gonna start phasing out $50 bills. And as a matter of fact, some cities you go to, they won't take anything over a $20 bill. So they're already phasing out money because they want to go all digital. All right, they want to go all digital. They want everything on the grid. They want people to accept this digital system. Okay, and it's going to come in tandem with Black Swan events, T attacks, just putting people in a state of fear to where they're going to give up their rights willingly to accept the beast and his mark. You see? But all the money that they send overseas, all the money that they spend on pretty much just stuff that's not needed. But pennies are the problem. Physical money is the problem. So right now it's pennies. Then they're going to say, oh, because even back in 2020, right? Remember, that's when they started phasing out using paper bills, because they said what? Oh, if you use paper money, then it can transfer the CV to other people. So that's when all this contactless payments and things like that started coming up during around that time, 2019, 2020. But how much more now in 2025? You see, the agenda has been accelerated. All right, because we know these devils have a 2030 agenda, but really it's not even 2030. It's a right now agenda, to where they're pushing these things right now. And as a matter of fact, I saw an article earlier that said Trump is speedily changing the government. Why is Trump speedily changing the government? Going back to his first day in office, why is he signing over 200 executive orders to be put in place? Because these devils are about to go warp speed on the people. All right, they're about to warp speed the agenda, and you're seeing it happen right before your eyes. But when you see stuff like this, it takes 4.1 billion pennies, or $4.1 billion to make pennies. These devils, I mean, how much money has the Biden regime sent overseas to Ukraine? How much money have they sent to the small hats every single year? But pennies are the new boogeyman. It's crazy.
It costs, believe it or not, just under 4 cents to produce and distribute a single penny. That's up 20% from the previous year. Why the added expense? The rising cost of metals like zinc and copper. And now, as you saw in that clip, people have been advocating for eliminating the penny for years, especially as shoppers have migrated online, where cash takes a backseat to plastic and other intangible methods like Apple Pay or Venmo. Some businesses and workers are also getting behind this push. A VP at the National Association of Convenience Stores, where cash does remain dominant, tells CNN that about 52 million in-person cash transactions happen at convenience stores every single day. And they make this argument, quote, maybe I could get better at the magic wall. They say, quote, if we save every one of these customers 2 seconds, that's 104 million seconds, or 1,203 days. And that doesn't factor in time compounding, saving 2 seconds for the other people waiting in line before they get to pay. They essentially...
So you see the devil, man? You see that? They're talking about saving people 2 seconds waiting in line to do what they got to do. 2 seconds is not even a factor. They notice how, you know, they didn't even say 2 minutes. They said 2 seconds. Oh, we're saving people 2 seconds by going paperless, by going contactless. Who cares? I mean, as long as you're not waiting in line for, you know, 10 plus minutes for whatever. I mean, it's, you know, most people, you know, waiting in line is, you know, a part of this society. You know what I'm saying? That's normal. But this is the justification to do away with autonomous payments, or I said autonomous, Salakia, anonymous payments. All right, because see, when you use cash, they don't know who's buying what. See, this is why the digital system has to be put in place so they can know. All right, because you have to understand that this devil Esau, he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to know everything, and he wants to be everywhere. This is why now you have cameras set up all over the place. And Klaus Schwab, he said that the government that's set up in China, that's an exemplary form of government to implement in the Great Reset. And in China, I think for every one person, you got like 30 to 40 cameras. So that's pretty much a surveillance state. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're going to bring the same thing here. And the only thing that's really been standing in the way, because really, if it was really up to them, they would have put this system in place years ago. But the Constitution and you know, people's rights and things like that, and this is why they're going to have to do black swans. Okay, this is why they're going to have to bring more terror on American soil, so that people will relinquish their rights, relinquish their you know, guns and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Which it's going to be a civil war before that happens. But nonetheless, they are going to induce people to give up their rights so that they can implement what they have in China. All right? So this is the devil's justification, right? If we save every one of these customers 2 seconds, that's 104 million seconds, or 1,203 days. As if these devils care about your time. As if these devils are standing in line with you. You see? And that doesn't factor in time compounding, saving 2 seconds for the other people waiting in line before they get to pay. Now, 2 seconds to make a transaction is not making any business lose money. I don't care what you say. All right? You know what I'm saying? 2 seconds, like, you don't even feel that. It just comes and it goes. But when the devil wants to justify something, or he wants to make a, you know, bring forth some sort of strong reason as to why he should oppress you more, then he'll start reaching. Because this right here is nothing more than reaching, man. All right? Like, really, 2 seconds?
That we'd save a ton more time if clerks and cashiers didn't have to sit there simply counting pennies. Recently, a New York Times Magazine story put it this way: the necessity of abolishing the penny has been obvious to those in power for so long that the inability to accomplish it has transformed the coin into a symbol of deeper rot. In so many ways, we've seen Donald Trump break with precedent. Could his administration now permanently do away with a single cent?
The necessity of abolishing the penny. All right, so these devils are talking about it's necessary to abolish the penny. And like I said, it's not going to stop at the penny. You know, this is just the beginning. Very soon, they're going to attack all the physical money. You see? They're going to say, listen, we need to do away with all this because of the diseases and, you know, people, you know, paying for things anonymously. You know, we need to know who's who and who's doing what. See, this is all a part of the wiles of the devil. Okay? And a lot of people, believe it or not, are actually hip to this, man, because this don't make no sense. Like, you know, a penny, like I said, nobody uses pennies, but it's like people understand that this is a stepping stone to get to the bigger picture, if you will. Right? This is all to take more control.
A sock full of pennies for your thoughts.
You know, it's certainly an idea that's been raised several times. Be interesting to see if it finally happens.
Elon Musk, isn't he in charge of what's that, the government Department of Efficiency or something like that? Yeah. Yep, here it is. It says Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has a new target to cut down costs. And see, they was talking all this stuff about the Department of Government Efficiency as if this was going to be oh yeah, well, we're going to cut down on waste and do this. Well, guess what? Doing away with the physical money, this is what this department has been set up to do. That's just one of many things. See, and who put this guy Elon into the White House? Well, Trump did, okay, for this very same purpose. And see, when it's all said and done, these Americans, these Babylonians are going to realize that they got hit with the okie doke once again, okay? They got hit with the okie doke with Biden, and now it's going to be Trump, all right? MAGA is going to be the demise of these Babylonians, you see? Because what they're about to do is they're about to undermine the American citizen, okay? They're about to take everything from you, and you ain't going to be able to do a damn thing about it. Check this out. It says, DOGE said on X that the penny costs over 3 cents to make and cost U.S. taxpayers over $179 million in the 23 fiscal year. The mint produced over 4.5 billion pennies in 23, around 40% of the 11.4 billion coins for circulation produced. All right, the U.S. Mint in 23 reported it circulated around 4.1 billion pennies. In fiscal year 24, the U.S. Mint said in its annual report that the U.S. penny costs about 3.7 cents to produce and distribute, up more than 20% from the previous year. The rising cost of metals, including zinc and copper, is part of the reason it's getting more expensive to make the coin. Musk isn't introducing a novel idea. For years, people have advocated eliminating the penny, as pennies are rarely spent as change, and since the CV19, more consumers are shopping online or avoiding physical currency altogether, which that's all a part of the agenda. The CV19, that was a stepping stone for the Great Reset. All right, that, you know, really the whole CV19 fiasco, that was a foreshadowing of what they want to do in the NWO, you see? So since then, more people are shopping online. Okay, less people are shopping in stores, which is why this retail apocalypse is now at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? You got small businesses closing down. You have some corporations closing down massive amounts of locations. You see what I'm saying? Because why? Everything is about to be centralized to the government. Okay, so really, they're gonna cut out the middleman. So this is why they're cutting out the farmer. So you're not gonna be able to grow your own food. All right, these devils are really about to pass laws to say you can't grow food in your backyard, or if you do, they're gonna tax you heavily for it to pretty much incentivize you not to grow your own food. You see? Then now the food that they're gonna have in the markets and stuff like that, because all these businesses that are gonna continue to operate, they're going to have to abide by these new mandates. And if they don't, they're going to get shut down, or they're going to be taxed or fined out of existence. All right. But as it says here, more consumers are shopping online or avoiding physical currency altogether. So we pretty much already live in a digital society. You see, we're pretty much already there. So this is to show you that it's only a matter of time before Esau just like, hey, you know what? Nobody uses cash anymore. Nobody's using coins. So let's stop making coins. Let's stop making print money. And let's just go all digital. Okay? You're going to do everything through an app. You're going to have to get a chip put inside you and everything else that come with that. More than 20 years ago, in a 2001 episode of the political drama The West Wing, fictional character Sam Seaborn goes into a rant about the penny. Majority of pennies don't circulate, they go in jars, sock drawers, Seaborn said. Most recently, last year, a New York Times Magazine story argued for abolishing the coin. The necessity of abolishing the penny has been obvious to those in power for so long that the inability to accomplish it has transformed the coin into a symbol of deeper rot. Other experts say eliminating the penny could benefit businesses by saving some serious time for store clerks and cashiers, okay, which is complete BS. Musk has been heavily involved in the new Trump administration. President Donald Trump formally established the Department of Government Efficiency within the federal government in an executive action this week. Vivek Ramaswamy, who was originally brought on to co-run the department with Musk, has been pushed out. All right, so we are definitely in that time to where these things are about to come forth. And we can get some precepts now, right? Ezekiel chapter 12, and let's go down to verse 21. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is the proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? All right, because right now, we telling our people, thus saith Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, that, hey, the mark is coming, and the mark is the micro C-HIP. All right, in total, this digital system in which you're going to have to be on the grid, all right, in order to exist. And as it says in Revelation 13 chapter, that none might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so if you don't get down with the system, if you don't abide by their mandates, you're not going to be able to live, because operating in this society, you have to buy and sell in order to live. Okay, whether you have to buy your daily provisions, things that you need to live, or if you own a business, of course you have to sell. So businesses, they're going to have to get down with these new mandates. And of course, every citizen is going to have to abide by these mandates, or else you're not going to be able to live in this society, man. You're going to be an outcast. Okay? You're going to be outside the system. All right. And that's why the scriptures say that the just shall live by his faith, because it's going to come a time where that movie that came out a few years ago, Leave the World Behind, right? Spiritually, we've already left this world behind. So our minds are not fixated on making it in this place, because the fashion of this world is passing away. So we understand that everything we have now, whether it be a job, whether it be a house, a car, whatever, anything, materialistic that's of this world, we're going to have to leave it behind, because ultimately the devil is going to come down with great wrath, you see, and that's going to be the hour of temptation, to where Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is going to test the true believers and separate the real from the fake in that day. All right. So when you're presented with losing a job, not making money, hunger, not being comfortable, that's when you're going to see who's really for the Lord and who's for this world. You see, because you have a lot of men out here that, talk a good game. They look the part, but their spirit is not right. So this is why the hour of temptation is necessary. And you have a lot of jakes in that spirit as well. Okay? Just worldly jakes, live for comfort, live for the rudiments of this society. But see, the Lord is putting spirit on Esau to take these things away, to prove your faith, prove where you stand. All right? Because all our righteous forefathers had to go through a test. They had to go through a trial to prove their faith. Multiple examples. Noah, when he had to build the ark. Okay. Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel, Hananiah, and Mishael, when they was thrown into the, fiery furnace. Job. All right. They all had to go through a test of faith to solidify that they would not forsake the Lord. So the same thing is going to come for the true believers in this time now. All right. So, hey, that temptation is going to come. So all them jakes out there that deny what the MOTB is, and you want to be willingly ignorant of the facts, we're going to see where you stand in that day. All right. So whatever you stand on, keep that same energy, because, the Lord is about to prove his true servants, and he's about to expose the phonies. Okay. Yeah. Verse 23, it says, Tell them therefore, no, so like, let me finish this. Son of man, what is the proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. See? So the effect of every vision is about to come to pass. Everything is on the table. World War III is on the table. The mark is on the table. All right, societal collapse is on the table. You know, nuclear war is on the table. Famine, pestilence. Everything that the scriptures speak about that's going to be ill in the last days is here right now. All right, it's only a matter of time before the Lord. Because look, one thing we can say for sure is that the grace period is ending. Okay, the Lord's grace is running out, man. So we're in that time where the Lord is really about to drop the hammer on these people. You see, that's why it says the days are at hand and the effect of every vision. For what? For there shall be no more any vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord. And the scriptures say also that whatsoever go out of the Lord's mouth shall not return void. All right, so if the Lord has spoken it, you can bet your money on it 100% that it's going to come to pass. No doubt about it. And we can look into the world and observe. This is why brothers go into the news and prophecy and, the events taking place within the earth to show you, to give you the receipts that what the Lord said is actively coming to pass in these days now. You see? So, hey, you better have your faith intact. All right, you better pray for more faith. All right, because hey, we're gonna have to walk by faith and not by sight, because hey, this world about to get real ugly. I mean, it already is, but when you read Second Ezra's the 16th chapter, Jeremiah the 51st chapter, like, look, these are the times, Jeremiah 30:7, Jacob's trouble. All these things encompass the hour of temptation where your faith is going to be tried. So if you're not rooted and grounded in this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, then you're going to fail. You're not going to pass the test. The Lord is not going to be with you in that day. And guess what? Those that don't have faith, you're going to go to the devil and seek his solution. See, you're going to go to the devil and you're going to take whatever he got to offer, because why? You desire comfort. All right? But the scriptures say what? Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. So getting into the kingdom is not going to be a cakewalk. All right? And you have to have in your mind, like, look, the next brother can't save you. You know what I'm saying? You have to have your own faith. You see? You have to have your own faith in this thing. Like, your walk with the Lord has to be a personal thing, to where you're hearing the Lord's voice and you're allowing him to guide you through the Spirit, man. Okay? Because you're not going to be able to look to nobody in these days, man. Because, like, everybody's going to have their own faith. Okay? When you go into the foolish and the wise virgins, okay, those that didn't have no oil in their lamps, okay? That's going to be a lot of people out here, man, that claim they got faith, you know what I'm saying? But, the Lord's going to come to get his elect, and they're going to be left behind. You see, because they wasn't exercising their faith, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't, tapped into the Spirit. All right? So the Lord is about to make these things come forth. You go to Habakkuk, Habakkuk, matter of fact, we can just go to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, Habakkuk chapter 2. In verse 1 it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. right? So these visions are for an appointed time, and they're speaking right now. You see? Though it tarry, because, you have a lot of Jake out there, like to scoff and say, oh, yeah, well, y'all been saying this for years and years. You know what I'm saying? Well, where is it? Where is Yahweh Shai? You see? But, hey, look, you about to find out real soon. You see? And, the Lord is not going to prolong the days for too much longer, man. All right? We're in that season to where, Babylon is on its last legs. And being that Babylon is on its last legs, then you can expect destruction to come about real soon. Like I said, everything is on the table. All right? So, yeah, I just wanted to tap into that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect, Kam Yasha Allah, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.